Hi, I'm Sam Henry.
And I'm Connor Shore.
It is 2:25 p.m. We're at my house. So, if a company wants to improve their accessibility on its online product catalog for blind visitors, I can advise them about two guidelines that would help them do so. Guideline 1.1 advises companies to provide text alternatives for non-text content so that it can be changed into other forms that people might need. This includes large print, braille, speech, symbols, or even simpler language. The purpose of this guideline is to ensure that all non-text content is also available in the text form.
There's also Guideline 1.4, which advises companies to make it easier for users to see and hear content. And this includes separating foreground from background. This guideline is concerned with making the default presentation as easy to perceive as possible for people with disabilities by making it easier for these users to separate information in the foreground from what's in the background. I can also explain the difference between the two inquiry methods, which are contextual and corporate inquiry. Contextual inquiry is a structured interview method where users are first asked a set of standard questions and then observed and questioned while they work in their own environments. Because users are interviewed in their own environments, the data is more realistic than what would be taken in a lab.
Corporate inquiries, on the other hand, are a lot simpler. It's simply just working together. Some examples might include enabling children to work with adults to help them create innovative technology. This all around helps the product at the very end, because if the adults who are making the technology get feedback from children, there's a higher percentage of the technology being more useful for the children. So I can explain the difference between feedback and visual system status. Visual system status and feedback are used together, but they're separate things. Visible system status is an idea of notifying the user about the current state of the program.
To portray this visible system status, feedback is used, and that is just the sending of information about actions, whether it be a green light coming on to say something good's happened, or showing a loading screen indicating that the system is currently loading. When my manager is determining to install surveillance cameras or not, I'd explain to him that there are political consequences attached. For one, privacy is a big issue nowadays, and people would be concerned whether their privacy has been intruded upon.
There is also the risk of unethical hackers who might be able to obtain the data from these cameras. The concern here is that they might use this data for some unlawful use. Fortunately, this is a bigger issue in big cities or places with a larger population. So I can describe the Fitts Law. The Fitts Law is a model of the human psychomotor behavior that predicts the time it takes to move quickly to the target area. It is a function of a relationship between the distance and the size of the target area.
Fitts' law equation takes in two constants and an index of difficulty, and that is calculated with the ratio of distance and size of the target. And when it comes to Apple, they are one of the industry leaders in accessibility support. A major example is their support for Braille. iOS has support for Braille displays, as well as a built-in Braille keyboard and support for 25 languages in Braille.
They also have the really well-known feature VoiceOver. VoiceOver is essentially just a gesture-based screen reader that helps visually impaired people navigate through their phones as well as apps if they do support VoiceOver. Basically, it reads everything on the screen, and then it lets the user use their voice to, navigate through the phone or go into an app, etc. Thank you.